I'm Amy Zerner, and I'm here at Gallery in Southampton, New York, and I'm having a big show with my friend Audrey Flack, which is kind of awesome because we've been friends since 1977. Audrey's been sort of a mentor. She collected my early work, and we both work with the theme of goddesses in and out of our careers, and to have this powerful theme presented here, it means a lot to me.
In 1976, Amy met Audrey at a party at Dan Retiner's house from Dan's Papers. It's a music hootenanny. I used to be a musician. And Audrey walked up to Amy and said, "You look like one of my paintings. It's the Madonna in the other room." And so they got together and they did a whole art piece at OK Harris Gallery called In the Event of Living Sculpture. And Amy made a costume because she had had experience with set design with Tony Walton. That's how she got into fabric work in the beginning.
This piece is called Goddess of Secrets, and it's kind of psychedelic. It's kind of psychic too, because I made it early February 2020 before we were wearing masks. Sometimes that happens where there's a message that comes through me when I'm working. I put the tarot cards in there because, we use tarot cards. We've invented our own tarot deck, but in terms of prediction in the future, it's all here. There's the China connection. There's the goddess, what secrets are happening now. We're kind of ultra aware of what's being hidden from us and what we need to be revealed. And this is an Aboriginal kind of portal. I like to mix fabrics from different cultures, from different times in history. To me, that's who we are. That's our tapestry. I don't like wearing masks, I don't think anybody does, but it's very symbolic of what we're keeping to ourselves. When is the secret going to come out?
Nowadays, we all get wiped out from just a day with masks on and oxygen deprivation. When you have art like that to look at, whether it's on a deck of tarot cards, one of our other books, or if you're lucky enough, on your wall, you will experience an energy recharge at a subtle level. It gets to your soul. She makes landscapes for your soul.
Goddess of memories. I was really thinking about where I come from, where I am now, where I want to go. It's a little bit of an archetype goddess, but it's also a little bit of me. Had to draw on the strength. We always have to draw on the strength to empower us, and that to me comes from a spiritual place, thinking about our connections. And my work kept getting brighter in 2020 to bring in the light, to bring in extra energy. It has the priestesses, all the details. I think I'm always cutting and blending. It's like a process of alchemy, mixing. I work on the floor. I make a big canvas. And I start to just create. I don't make a sketch. I like to see what's going to come through me. That's the adventure.
She makes her art for people. It's not just a cerebral exercise. She makes pieces. Each one of them is an engine of power that can enable anybody who looks at them to recharge.
I found during this winter and spring and summer of 2020, I've been so inspired. It's not that different for me as an artist. I'm used to focusing. I'm used to shutting out the outside world. But to me, I really started working with what I call a wild goddess series to give me strength. We're in uncertain times. We're in times where we're bombarded with bad news and suffering, and we see things happening in the world that we feel we have no control over. So we have to find an inner strength. To me, being creative and being an artist, I can find that core. And hopefully other people, through seeing my art, can experience some of that energy that I put into it, a healing energy. This is another tapestry from 2020. I call it Spirit Guide. And there's a big goddess over this inner landscape, the landscape of the soul. I use so many different materials from all different times in history, from different cultures, and I've been collecting since the 70s when I started this mixed media technique. I love to discover things that women made, that women wore, and I kind of recycle them. It's sustainable. I give them new life. And I like to plant this dream. I let the dream kind of form itself. This, for instance, is a bathroom rug, probably from the 30s or 40s. This hand-embroidered Japanese god, goddess. I like to mix them all together because I think that kind of reflects our complexities. It's exciting for me. It's really thrilling to show with Audrey. Audrey's had a fantastic career. She's in every museum. She's a pioneer for women artists, and she's paved the way for a lot of us other women artists. And to me, it's a perfect balance of friendship, of creativity, and of empowerment. I think if there's a hidden benefit, a positive angle to look at this time we're living in, it's to really kind of find our spiritual selves again. It's been lost to a lot of us. I find it wonderful that a lot of young people are seeking the way I sought when I was a young person, when I first started discovering Ishtar and goddesses in every woman, and when God was a woman. And I discovered astrology, which is full of archetypes, full of ancient wisdom, that my husband and I ended up writing books about the tarot and different ancient wisdoms that can feed our soul. And that's what we have to do, is feed our soul. This is my tapestry. I call it Vision Quest. A vision quest is when you go on a journey to find your medicine, to find your healing. And I portrayed a goddess. She's in this portal, and her eyes are closed. She's in a trance. She's on her inward journey. And all around her are butterflies and birds, and the angels are guarding her on her path. And this is a good representation of all my work. There are these beautiful gardens that I kind of plant, all the images that I collect, vintage fabrics, ribbons showing all of our connections to each other. And I kind of work the way she does. I kind of go into a trance when I create.
I actually illustrate her pieces with my words. She does the pieces first, and then I write about what I see. That's the way we did her first art book. Her second art book is coming out in 2021. In the book, we're not only just going to talk about her art, which is enough for any human being in the whole world, but we're also going to be talking about her fashion career, which is at Bergdorf Goodman. She's been there for 20 years, exclusive to Bergdorf's and Neiman Marcus, who owns Bergdorf's. And she did jewelry for them. She's really a multifunctional artist in the vein of Picasso.
We try to share our inspiration and creativity so that other people value their intuitions, because it's neglected. I mean, you have to give to your intuition the way you give to exercising your body. You have to practice it. And that's how we know what the next step is, through our intuitive. It's not through the voice on the news. It's not through maybe our parents' voice. It's our own voice. We have to find our way to see what's real. And even though my work looks like fantasy, to me, I'm dealing with the real world of energy, and that's what it's all about.